When words cannot express the truth, blood does. The naysayers requested evidence because they believed that science would prove you were a fraud, but the findings supported what you've known deep down. Your ancestry is 100% certain. In order to prevent you from obtaining what was always legitimately yours, they intended to keep you out. As soon as the test results came in, that hope was dashed. Your command now awaits the throne, the heritage, and the birthright that they attempted to deny you. Instead of exposing you, it has crowned you. Now is your chance to take back what has always been rightfully and bloodily yours. Your ideal area has turned into a battleground. Now that they know who you really are, some family members try to force forgiveness or sow doubt by sending their energies into your sleep state. Desperate attempts to preserve their collapsing facade are concealed by their honeyed words and fake apologies. Keep them out. Your dream state is still a place of worship, not a courtroom where they can be absolved. These liminal places are now guarded by the ancestors who saw your light before you even took your first breath. They have always been aware. They always have. Your genuine bloodline is around your energy when you feel protecting presences in that transitional period between waking and sleeping. Have faith in these feelings. Respect them. Blood conveys realities that lips cannot. There is a magical heritage that has been passed down through innumerable generations, a royal coding deep beneath your cells. This goes beyond ordinary bloodlines and isn't just genetics. Cosmic signatures found in your DNA directly link you to ancient power sources that other family members have frantically attempted to seize for themselves. Family lies become family secrets. Those in charge of your heritage purposefully hid your roots by fabricating intricate lies about your lineage. Documents vanished inexplicably. They rewrote family trees. Every time a story was told, it altered. Yet behind these made-up history, your cells kept singing the truth. Your veins are filled with royal blood, which links you to earthly kingdoms and spiritual crowns that your present family members are aware of. Your very existence jeopardizes the meticulously crafted story that other people used to establish their stolen identities. Every time you exhibit your innate abilities, inexplicable knowledge, or captivating presence, you are unintentionally sharing your real ancestry. This explains the odd responses from family members all your life, the sidelong glances, the private conversations that halted the harsh criticism meant to stifle your inherent brilliance. They were frightened when they saw pieces of old power igniting within you. Eventually, arrogance leads to negligence. Perhaps they thought science would finally silence your intuitive knowing, or they wanted final confirmation to support their false claims, but a family member, so sure of their fake past, ordered definitive tests. Their astounding blunder now echoes across family networks like atomic aftershocks, regardless of their purpose. In front of witnesses, the sealed results were opened. Documents that might destroy decades, if not centuries, of meticulously preserved deceit were in trembling hands. The proof was unquestionable, indisputable, mathematically precise, and a perfect fit. As the legitimate heir, you are. The direct descendant is you. The pure lineage is in you. What your intuition always said, what your dreams always hinted at, and what your spirit always knew were all validated by science. Now, some family members approach you with a newfound respect, barely masking their fear. Others completely avoid your eyes. Still others rush to join you, recalling suddenly moments of support and shared confidence that never happened. Everything is revealed by their frantic recalibration. The fallout from the truth that exploded among them is getting worse every day. Their biggest nightmare came true in unquestionable clinical and scientific data. For years, funds intended for your growth and elevation have been routinely misappropriated, money that ought to have supported your education, spiritual training, artistic pursuits, and well-being, and diverted into unworthy hands. Family members treated your birthright as their perpetual slush fund, living lavish lives only on the interest from your inheritance. Financial records are truthful. There are traces left by every transaction. Permanent records are created with each transfer. Each signer's actions are legally binding. The meticulously detailed paper trail records years of deliberate thievery. Distant relatives were never intended to use these accounts as retirement assets. Cousins twice removed were never supposed to use these properties as vacation homes. When your mind reached the frequency required to receive these investments, they were specifically programmed to activate. Interest must be added to each penny that is taken. Restitution is required by universal law as a means of restoring divine order, not as a form of punishment. As spiritual and physical accounts are reconciled by cosmic energies, the obstacles these financial manipulations imposed in your life are now removed. Now, what was intended to strengthen you will do just that, coming at the ideal moment to finance the next stage of your soul's journey. From guilt-framed canvases, ancient eyes gaze silently at generations of deceit. Take a close look at that family portrait you were told had distant, inconsequential relatives. Take a look at your eyes. Take a look at your hands. Take note of the unique traits you see every day in your mirror, which were preserved in pigment and oil decades or even centuries before you were born. Your direct ancestors are watching over time and will recognize you when you eventually stand in front of them. These are not coincidences. These artworks were purposefully moved by family members to attics, storage spaces, far-off homes, anywhere your eyes wouldn't naturally be drawn to them. Some were lost during renovations or relocation, some were damaged, and some were deemed worthless. However, because they include energy imprints that are difficult to remove, these images have withstood every attempt at destruction or hiding. Erasure is rejected by the truth that is patiently awaiting rediscovery within the brushstrokes and canvas. These photographs are accompanied by documentation, such as legal records establishing bloodlines and inheritance, letters between family members, and certificates of lineage. These documents now surface from obscured drawers, unremembered safes, and disregarded filing cabinets. Your kinship to your ancestors goes beyond physical similarity, and the universe works together to provide physical proof of what energy has always verified. Their spiritual essence, cosmic mission, and unfulfilled heavenly responsibilities are all carried by you. You are here for a reason. If you feel the call, answer it. Click Join to unlock exclusive content, deep insights, and a powerful community. This isn't just a membership, it's an awakening. Step into your divine purpose. Join the chosen. Your family system has master orchestrators behind every intricate falsehood. Some members developed complex control mechanisms, perhaps exhibiting high maternal energy. These puppet masters documented your triggers, your scars, and your strengths, particularly your strengths, after studying your reactions since you were a young child. They developed a thorough awareness of what drives you, what puts you off, what stokes your passion, and what smothers it. These manipulators rarely express their direct resistance. Instead, they work through others. They instill doubts, make suggestions in whispers, and urge others to convey their well-considered thoughts. Their impact permeates every family dynamic, although their fingerprints are absent from the majority of exchanges. Emotional manipulation, financial coercion, and sporadic displays of spiritual might that are abused for dominance rather than advancement are how they keep control. Losing control of the story they have told for centuries is now their biggest fear. The more you reveal who you really are, the less power they have. Once successful in obstructing your advancement, their spiritual activities crumble in the face of your enhanced energy field. As they realize the true power emanating from your awakened presence, the puppets they have manipulated throughout your life cut their cords one by one. These puppet masters now have to deal with their worst nightmare: being exposed in front of the real article, their fake authority disintegrating under your real authority. If this insight had come to you in your youth, the effect could have been one of destruction rather than empowerment. This wisdom was protected by the cosmos until your boundaries were reinforced, your discernment improved, and your spiritual foundations were established. 5 years ago, you weren't prepared. 1 year ago, you weren't prepared. You're now prepared. Your rigorous soul training, which is frequently cloaked in difficulty, disappointment, or delay, has built you the exact spiritual muscles needed to manage this bequest in a responsible manner. Discipline was taught by every betrayal. Every financial hardship developed ingenuity. Self-reliance was taught during each isolation session. These challenges weren't arbitrary. Rather, they were deliberate training for the position you now hold. Your readiness is disseminated across dimensions by your energy signature. Cosmic forces are alerted by the vibratory shift in your area that the period of concealment is over. This knowledge is being released in precisely timed waves by the same universal intellect that safeguarded it, allowing you to integrate without feeling overpowered. Keep an eye out for synchronicity that tells you exactly what you need at the right moment. Your inheritance is given to you by the cosmos in the form of well-planned disclosures that correspond with your growing ability for receiving. Understand the desperate tactics used to prevent your awakening, unexpected health problems that attack your energy centers, unexplained exhaustion right when you need to make crucial decisions, unexpected relationship problems that deplete valuable resources, and financial difficulties that arise at crucial times. These are deliberate attempts to undermine your foundation as you assume your power, not random obstacles. The main entry points for people trying energetic interference are mirrors. Discarnate energies move through these reflective surfaces like portals. Take note of the little change in environment around exposed mirrors, especially at night. Some members of your family are aware of these channels of access and intentionally take use of them, sending out disruptive frequencies that attack your self-esteem, mental clarity, and physical vitality. These interferences are blocked by basic protective techniques. With obvious design, vinegar, plain white vinegar added to mirror edges, breaks these bonds. Your concentrated command establishes instant boundary enforcement by rerouting alien energies to their source. Above all, your complete confidence in who you are creates an unbreakable barrier against projections that cause uncertainty. When you awaken, their weapons become less effective. Their once effective manipulation techniques run afoul of your developed energy immunity. Family get-togethers become strategic events. Now notice the new alliances, the updated communication styles, and the rearranged seating arrangements. People who used to ignore you now want to talk to you privately, while people who used to dominate conversations now become quiet around you. The indisputable reality of your situation causes the energetic hierarchy to reorganize itself. Blessed by His grace, Click Super Thank You and give $50 to spread his light. Your gift plants seeds that grow his kingdom. Be the blessing. False apologies come with revisionist history and complex reasons, regardless of whether this truth has been accepted explicitly. They insist, we were waiting for the right time. We always knew, they say, we were protecting you. These vacuous claims aim to forge a partnership with your growing influence while avoiding responsibility for willful dishonesty. Their statements are calculated to place oneself favorably in the new order that is forming around your verified identity, but they lack any real regret. Those who remain completely silent, their abrupt travel plans, their unanswered messages, their absence from family events, give the most insightful answers. These say a lot. These people are aware of the seriousness of what has been exposed and realize that there is no excuse for their involvement in the fraud. In the hopes that distance will lessen their culpability, they flee rather than confront the repercussions of their decisions. There is no such escape under universal law. At some point, everyone involved in your denial has to face the reality. Earthly channels are the means by which cosmic justice is revealed. Legal actions are already underway, whether you can see them or not. The spiritual decision made a long time ago is now reflected in official acknowledgement, court filings, and formal documents. Although these procedures adhere to the deadlines required, the final result was known prior to the initial paper being submitted. Unstoppable processes are now in place to legally claim what was once yours spiritually. The basic reality that has been established both energetically and genetically cannot be changed by family members using costly legal representation, fabricating proof, or attempting procedural delays. The universe makes sure important witnesses show up at crucial times. Ignored sources yield important documents. Unknown allies come forward with vital information. There may be detours along the way to legal confirmation, but the end goal is always the same. Get ready for this expression of justice. Put together your team of supporters, including financial specialists who can track down and recover assets that have been diverted, legal advisors who comprehend the validity of your claim, and spiritual counselors who are aware of the energetic aspects of this shift. Both visible and unseen planes are involved in the conflict at the same time. As you enter the fullness of what is properly yours, cover both dimensions with the relevant materials. The resources that return to your stewardship directly support your one and only purpose on Earth. Therefore, this legacy has a purpose much beyond selfish gain or family justice. To fully express your special gifts, unexplained skills, enduring passions, and innate talents, you need specialized assistance. Prior to intervention, taking these resources away from their intended use, the inheritance offered just this support. Some family members, perhaps grandparents or similar seniors, knew your special coding since you were a baby. They noticed your innate skills, your spiritual sensitivity, and your unique perspective on the world. These allies understood that you carried the pure heritage. Thus, they secretly celebrated your distinctions, while others feared them. Their last actions probably included putting in place safeguards against the interference they expected from others, and procedures guaranteeing the eventual return of resources to you. The next stage of your soul contract is represented by the projects that are developing in your thoughts, such as a community structure, educational system, healing technique, or revolutionary application. These are divine missions that you incarnated especially to carry out, not arbitrary hobbies. The foundation these projects need is precisely what the incoming resources offer. The divine orchestration is confirmed when your preparation coincides with the availability of resources. you simultaneously enter your purpose and your inheritance. Your reclaiming disrupts generational, ancestral tendencies. Generational chains of deceit and limitation are broken every time you take full responsibility for your resources and skills, speak your truth without reservation, and stand in your true power. Your entire family is impacted by the healing you receive on an individual basis. Your brave assertion of birthright liberates connections from the past, present, and future. Your greatest triumph goes beyond simple repair. Your true legacy, the spiritual gold polished by the alchemical fire of your experiences, is represented by the evolutionary shift from fear-based protection to love-based expansion. You choose abundance awareness, realizing that true power increases via sharing rather than decreases through distribution, while others functioned from scarcity, hoarding resources, and concealing the truth. You were placed exactly where you were needed by universal forces, by destiny. Your ostensibly chance birth into a family that was intent on eradicating your identity served the greater good of fortifying your spiritual fortitude through defiance. Your divine nature required the pressure of opposition to break through barriers and reach for light, just like a seed needs darkness before it can sprout. What others meant to be repression turned into the very thing that drove your victorious rise. Across dimensional bounds, your royal forefathers rejoice over your emergence. Through your remembering, the bloodline carriers who have kept the flame of truth burning for generations now see the ancient predictions come to pass. This realization of your actual identity and purpose is the result of their patient guardianship, meticulous retention of crucial knowledge, and protecting presence during your darkest periods. As ancestral communication increases, dreams become more intense. Keep an eye out for figures that keep coming up in your dreamscape, especially ones that are presenting symbolic things or providing information. These are direct transmissions from family members who transitioned while carrying important information that they may now freely communicate, not just random brain firings. Their advice offers shortcuts through the tricky terrain you currently traverse and answers problems your conscious mind hasn't yet recognized. Now, your voice has a new impact. Your words have accelerated power to manifest. Your intentions come to pass with little opposition. The concrete manifestation of creative impulses happens quickly. As artificial barriers fall away and your natural manifestation talents resume their intended function, this is the natural condition of your birthright, a direct connection between thought and manifestation, with little delay between conception and creation. There is no use in being falsely humble. Now, no one benefits when you dim your light. This honor is given by the universe for purpose completion, rather than ego satisfaction. By filling your entire energy throne, using your creative force to its fullest, and expressing your unique frequency without reduction or apology, you fulfill divine purpose. The world is in dire need of compassionate leadership that is in keeping with global values, which is precisely what awakened royal lineages were intended to offer. Unexpected inheritances, neglected investments that suddenly prosper, opportunities with unusual pay, and gifts from unexpected sources are some of the sometimes mysterious ways that physical resources return. Innumerable vehicles are used for restoration by universal intelligence. Keep your mind open to non-traditional distribution methods while being completely certain that you are deserving of receiving them. The outcomes of legal actions are better than anticipated. Settlements cover interest accrued over many generations of theft, in addition to principals. Improvements paid for by persons who falsely claimed a property are returned. During their diversion, investments yield returns that are magnified by years of growth. Restitution is precisely calculated by the universal accounting system, guaranteeing full restoration and suitable reimbursement for access delays. Recognize the purpose of this influx and manage it mindfully. These resources have a designated role and a specific frequency. They come for specific purposes that are in line with your soul's goal, not for haphazard use. Ask for advice on proper allocation. Some percentages need to be guided toward particular initiatives, causes, and community needs. Respect these energizing tasks to keep the pathways open for the flow of abundance. The moment has come for you to assert your sovereignty. You assert that this status is acceptance of an established reality, yet no outside authority bestows it. It's confirmed by your DNA. It's confirmed by your spiritual heritage. It is confirmed by the cosmic forces rearranging themselves around your awakened existence. Though purposefully concealed, you are the legitimate heir to both material and spiritual inheritances that are inextricably linked to your true self. There is no need for a formal ceremony or outside confirmation for this proclamation. When your conscious awareness and universal intelligence are in secret connection, the most potent declarations take place. Let your truth be heard in this hallowed place. Give yourself a name that reflects who you really are. Recognize your place in the cosmic and earthly hierarchy. Recognize the obligations that come with your advantages. The energetic recognition created by this private coronation then materializes through other routes. Enormous power entails enormous responsibility. This is not merely a philosophical idea. It becomes a living reality. Your privileged status entails duties to those you influence, to communities impacted by your choices, and to universal values preserving cosmic order. Stewardship takes the role of ownership as your compass. When it comes to expressing power, compassionate authority takes the place of dominance. Great sovereigns throughout history have modeled their rule after yours. Cosmic portals open when you recognize them. Your awoken DNA strands unleash abilities that most people do not possess. You are granted access to realms where your ancestors freely went when the curtain between worlds thins, especially for you. Unusual avenues are used to transmit messages. People who say the exact words your spirit needs to hear. Animals that appear with specific instructions, or random melodies that contain precise answers. These celestial affirmations of your restored connection to multidimensional awareness are not coincidences. Bloodlines that have been awakened experience time differently. You see moments that go beyond what is typically perceived. As you transition between parallel worlds with growing conscious knowledge, déjà vu, not as random brain misfires, but as true temporal recognition, increases, providing opportunities to change outcomes inside these extended seconds. These spatial hallways were deliberately traversed by your ancestors. Cellular memory is activated, and this skill reappears as your rightful heritage. Unusual energy sensations in your hands, spine, and crown. An inner vision that spontaneously activates and displays scenes from different times and places. Increased sensitivity to earth energies and electromagnetic fields. And odd markings that occasionally appear on your skin before disappearing are physical indicators of your awakening. These are royal signatures that appear via your physical form as your body connects with higher frequencies. They are not medical aberrations. The actual inheritance of sovereign beings is increased consciousness, which is accommodated by upgrades to the physical vessel. There is cosmic royalty outside of terrestrial ancestry. Your heritage includes soul contracts made prior to manifestation, which go beyond simple genetic code. You choose to take back your place at this exact point in human history. Earth's problems demand the return of true leadership that is based on cosmic principles rather than ego. As planetary frequencies rise, your activation serves cosmic timing, establishing the ideal setting for your memory. Take full use of this acknowledgement. Both a personal and a planetary mission are fulfilled by the awakened heir.